In this video, I'm gonna share with you the main reason why you can perfectly understand English, but when it comes to speaking, you can't. It is challenging. You're struggling to speak in English. However, you perfectly understand it. I get you. I have been there. I've been a place where I could perfectly understand English, but when it came to speaking it, that's where I drew the line. And listen, struggling to speak in English well, you can understand it perfectly well can be frustrating. It can be extremely frustrating, especially if you have dedicated yourself massively to learning the language. You have listened to as much English as possible. That is, imagine you have listened to every English podcast, you have listened to English music, you have watched English movies just like you've been told by every English teacher. You have even enrolled in an English course, and some of you have even paid a tutor to help you with English. You've done all these things and it has helped you understand English perfectly well, but you still can't speak it. You still struggle to speak in English. And now you're left wondering, why is it that I can completely understand English, but when it comes to speaking, I struggle. I struggle a lot. Well, you have literally done every single thing needed to learn English, but there's only one problem. When it comes to speaking, you don't practice speaking. That's the problem. That's it. You don't practice speaking. And now you listen to English podcasts, right? You listen to a lot of English. You take in English. But do you use what you learned by speaking? Do you ever take your time to speak in English, to practice everything that you heard about in the podcast? Do you even try practicing speaking English, or just after listening to the podcast, that's it. After listening to that movie, after listening to that song, that's it. After going to that class, when the class is over, that's it. You don't practice English. Do you ever take your time to just sit and speak in English, however bad you sound? Do you do that? I'm pretty sure you don't. And that's why you suck at speaking English. You clearly understand English, but you can't speak it. And you're wondering why. The problem is you do not practice speaking. Listen, when you listen to English podcasts, when you watch those English movies, when you listen to those English songs, what you do is you are taking in, you are listening in. You are listening to English, and that is why you are understanding English. You are listening and you're practicing and strengthening your listening skills, and that's why you can perfectly understand English because you're practicing your listening skills. Your listening skills are sharp. They are like 98%. But when it comes to speaking, you don't speak. So therefore your speaking skills are like maybe 2% because you only speak during those tutor lessons. You only speak when you're listening to that podcast. You only speak when you are in that English lesson. After it's done, that's it. After watching that English video on YouTube, that's it. You don't put enough time into practicing your speaking skill as much as you put time into your listening skill. And that is why you understand English better than you speak it. How do you turn this around? How do you go from just listening English to actually speaking it? How do you go from just understanding English to actually speaking it? Lucky for you because I've got some few tips that help me move from just understanding English and listening to English to actually speaking English completely well. To a point where I could speak English and I could be understood when I spoke in English. And I hope that you are understanding what I'm saying. And that's because I put in the practice to speak in English. And that's what I'm doing right now. Practicing the speaking skills by recording YouTube videos. And it is helping me a lot. So I have 4 exercises that if you implement perfectly well, are gonna help you to go from just understanding English to actually speaking English. The 4 exercises are shadowing, we have mirror talk. I know most of you have heard of this one. Self-talk. And lastly, recording yourself. So let's start with shadowing. Shadowing, just like your shadow, copies everything you do. Shadowing means speaking everything someone else is speaking, in this case, a native speaker. Speaking exactly how they're speaking. That is shadowing. That is, it's like you're copying exactly what they're doing by doing the same. Take your time and maybe take a YouTube video or maybe just a clip that a native speaker is speaking. Or maybe when you're listening to news, I just want you to take the time to practice your speaking skills. Just sit and listen to how they're speaking. And I want you to copy exactly how they're speaking. Speak exactly how they are speaking with the exact pronunciation, with the exact tonation. And when I say exactly, I mean exactly how they're speaking. That is called shadowing. So do that for maybe 10 to 15 minutes daily. The next exercise, and you don't have to do all the exercises, you just have to maybe take one exercise and do it every single day consistently. Remember, you have to do this consistently. Just like you listen to English consistently, you have to practice speaking consistently. The next exercise is mirror talk, and just like the exercise itself, you have to talk in front of a mirror talk. You have to talk in front of a mirror. Yes, just let's say you are getting dressed in the morning. Just stand in front of a mirror and just talk in English. You don't know what to say. Just ask yourself a question. What do you like about yourself? What do you like about the cloth you're wearing? Just ask yourself simple questions and answer them. It really doesn't have to be complex English. You just have to speak in English, simple English. Don't worry about making the mistakes. You will learn and correct that later. But for now, you have to practice speaking. So just stand in front of a mirror and speak in English. Talk to yourself in English. Talking of talking to yourself, the next exercise is self talk. Yeah, I know it sounds a little bit crazy talking to yourself in English, but it actually works. Practice speaking English by talking to yourself. I know you already have some self talk going on, and maybe it's in your native language, but this time I wanted to switch that self talk into English. So, whatever self talk you're doing right now in your native language, can you just switch it to English, please? So, instead of talking to yourself in your native language, start talking to yourself in English. Easy, right? But you have to do it consistently on a daily basis if you really want to improve your speaking skills. The last exercise is what I'm doing right now, recording yourself while speaking in English. And this might be the difficult or the challenging one because most of you are not used to like holding a camera and talking to it, because when you're first starting, it sounds crazy. It looks crazy. It looks weird, right? But if you're willing to do it and you want to improve your English, you better try it. Pick up your phone, press record, and just start talking in English. You can just say anything you want to say. For instance, you can say, well, maybe what you did in that day, or just say, my name is this and I'm recording this video to just improve my speaking skills. You know what I'm saying? So just start slowly. You don't have to be complex with your English. Another way you can also record yourself is by vlogging. Just start a vlogging channel. So even if you don't want to start a vlogging channel, just vlog yourself. Just pick your camera or just pick your phone and start recording yourself while doing something and explain to us what you're doing in English. That's it. That's vlogging. Or explain to us what you do in a day and show us what your routine looks like in English. That's it. The main reason why you can't speak English but you can understand it perfectly well, that's because you have been improving your listening skills while neglecting your speaking skills. And that stops today. If you want to speak in English, you just have to implement those 4 exercises for 10 to 15 minutes a day. And that's it. If you do that for months, for 3 months, you will for sure see an improvement in your speaking skills. And that's it for this video. Let's catch up in my next video. Bye bye.